Hi, good morning to you out there. Another edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mac here on 1010XL's podcast platform. I'm at home in the home studio. It's Friday morning. Happy Friday to you. Hope all is good. You've had a great week. Getting ready to kick butt for today or half a day or whatever you do. I think Friday should be off for most people. What would you prefer, Friday or Monday? I would like to work Friday and take Monday off. That's my gig. I'm done around 2 or 3. Maybe later these days, but we'll find out all about that. Brought to you by Team Tommy Mac. Just check them out at TommyMac.net. They're just a group of businesses that I personally endorse on this show and all over social media, man. It's absolutely fantastic. I love them all. I got J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling on my chest this morning, and check them out at jdog.com. Veteran owned and operated, and they come and take your junk. They refurbish it, they get it ready, they get it cleaned up, whatever's got to happen to it, and they give it to families in need, veteran families in need. So make sure you check them out. jdog.com. Big news today. You're going to hear it later. Changes in my media world. Of course, Catching Up with Tommy Mac, the horse's mouth, Fridays, Jaguars today. All that will continue. And then I'm going to be added to helmets and heels. Yeah, that is the news at 1010XL. I will be taking over for Mia O'Brien. We wish her nothing but the best, and I'll be joining Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl, and they're moving it to 2 to 4 p.m. starting on Monday, and I will make an appearance today. So big news today. I'm very excited, and I'm very flattered that they wanted me to join, and it's going to be a great show. So I'm the helmet to the heels, and together we're going to make a kick-ass show. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get into it. Of course, training camp starting up pretty quick. These days fly by as a player, man. I mean, just absolutely fly by. You're like sitting there going, man, how much do I train? How much do I rest? You know, should I take it easy the last week, or should I be going full speed, right? You know, the time will just fly by. Hey, Sonny, good morning, my friend out in Houston. Good morning to you, brother. I pray for Texas, man. All those families, those kids, the floods. Oh, just awful. Training camp is going to be exciting, though. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of camp Liam Cohen is going to run. I've heard Tony Baselli, my former teammate, my friend, say that they're going to try to be as physical as the league will allow, and I freaking love it because I've been waiting for that. Doug, and nothing wrong with Doug's approach. Obviously, it didn't work out. But he wasn't physical. They did a lot. They ran a lot of plays. I mean, they were moving around. It wasn't like they were just standing around. They were moving around, but it wasn't physical, you know. And then you'd hear, oh, so-and-so's dominating. You're like, but it's not physical. What are you dominating? Dominating what when it's not that physical? So, and then you get into the real games, and that person that you thought was blowing it up and doing great, they nowhere to be found because they just weren't that physical. I think you do have to be physical in camp. Obviously, you got to be careful. You can't go full out. You can't injure guys, but you got to thump. You got to thumb it. You got to set that mentality early. Hey, good morning and happy cup of Joe to you. I think you got to set that mentality early, and I think you got to condition them right away too. I think look, we're going to be physical, and we're going to be the most well-conditioned team in the league. Can we do that? Can we do that, or at least say that nobody's better conditioned than we are? I think you could say that, and I think they're going to have to do the rookies report on the 19th. That's what's today, the 11th? It's 8 days away, those kids. Oh, God bless them. And then the 22nd, the veterans report. Full pads, not until the 28th. So 6 days of uppers, or not even uppers. Now, maybe they can wear uppers. I just hope they get after it. Look, the league only allows you to hit so much. I get it. But we're going to have to see some things. You know, these top 10 lists keep going on and on and on. Josh Hines-Allen not in the top 10 of edge rushers per ESPN. Not in the top 10. I wish I had the list in front of me. I saw, you know the major players. And then I saw like Will Anderson Jr. out in Houston, who's very good. And look, I think Josh is a great player. I do. I don't think he's elite pass rusher, though. I don't know. I don't know. I think he's worked himself into, that. He's good. Obviously, he did 17 and a half sacks 2 years ago. You're obviously pretty damn good. But I don't think he was like naturally that coming out of Kentucky. I think he's worked to become that. And as long as the key to this entire team, every single player, is consistency. It's got to be consistent, man. It's just got to be every single week. From the quarterback to the pass rusher to the left, everybody across the board, man. You got to be. There can't be mental errors. There can't be mistakes. There can't be half-assed. There can't be any of that. And we need our big guys, our big star players to step up. Josh Hines-Allen has to step up. Last year, call it what you want. Me and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today, we went over you could go from hurries, QB hits, to sacks from 1 year when he was 2 years ago to last year, and they're totally different. It's half, literally half across the board for the most part in 2024. So we need 2023 Josh Allen. Mike Dempsey had a little poll. Who's going to have more sacks in 5 years? Trayvon Walker, Josh Hines-Allen. The poll said Trayvon, which I agree with. I think he's going to continue to get better. And he's not a natural guy either, but he's so athletic. I mean, look, they're both very good, okay? We're not going to... Are they both in the elite? Or should they both be in the top 10? I don't know. I mean, it depends how you really judge it. Is it all sacks? I think it is. Hey, Sonny, good luck in Arizona, man. Hope it all works out, for sure. Is it just sacks? Is it all around plays? Is it against the run? All that stuff. So as long as Josh Allen and the rest of them are consistently playing at a high level, they're going to have a good year. They're going to have a good year. I don't know how good yet. To me, it's going to come down to that offensive line. Good morning, Jeremy. Thanks for tuning in, my man. It is. It's going to come down to the O-line, and then it's going to come down to Trevor. Bottom line. I mean, that's what's going to have to happen. Those guys, the O-line and the QB are going to have to elevate their game to a consistent high level. I don't care if it's elite, but it's got to be very good, right? I don't care, top 10, O-line, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Just be an O-line that is punishing, that's physical, that's menacing, that takes no shit from anybody, that protects the shit out of their quarterback, all that stuff. Sorry about the shit word, but I'm into it on a Friday morning. No question about it. But it's going to be fun. And if they can get that done, if they can play at a high level, and if Liam Cohen can get Trevor Lawrence on the right path consistently, every single game, this team definitely has a chance. There are basically, I think Brian Thomas Jr. will make the top 10. If he's not a top 10 wide receiver right now, and I mean that right now, then all these lists are a bunch of nothing. They mean nothing. Because that young man is absolutely spectacular. And he is a star on the rise. Get that ball to Brian Thomas Jr. and let him go. And I think when it's all said and done, he will be, he's already top 10. He may be top 5. I can't wait to see what he can do in year number 2. We're going to talk a little bit about bubble players today. And I'm doing the show from home. And then I'm going to haul ass to 1010XL. Jump on Jaguars Today. And do my thing with Mike Dempsey, Fat Tony, and Dylan Denmark. I'm going to do that all throughout just keep it going. And then I'm going to jump on Helmets and Heels, announce that I am joining Helmets and Heels on a daily basis. And then got a meeting at 2 o'clock. So, yeah, and then it's fun time. Although I'll probably be back cutting the grass. Got the front yard in yesterday, but the backyard not done just yet. Real quick look around the NFL brought to you by Team Tommy Mac. Check them out at TommyMac.net. Carberman Flooring, LVP. You know, when I went to the airport, I showed my ID to the guy. He's like, sing me the song. I'm like, what? He's like, sing me the song. I'm like, what? He's like, Carberman. I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, LVP. Yeah, it's a great little tune. No question about it, but they're more than just a tune. They've got the highest quality flooring at the lowest prices. Check them out at carpetman.biz. They're on St. John's Bluff Road and on Wells Road in Orange Park. Customer service bail bonds, 904-822-2245. Put that number on your phone and get out of jail quick if you get in trouble. I'm not telling you to get in trouble. Nobody wants to get in trouble. Don't get caught. No, just kidding. But if you do get in trouble, call that number. Customer service bail bonds. His team will get you out in a blink. Morgan & Morgan, largest personal injury law firm in the world. ForThePeople.com. They've got the resources. They got the people. They can handle your case, and we'll do that for the people. J-Dog, I already mentioned. Check them out at JDog.com. Azar Sausage, 4th generation business. Homegrown, down home, the best sausage you'll ever have. No question about that, catch them at your local Winn-Dixie and other local grocers. Family Tradition Specialty Foods, home of Coconut Joe's. I put it out there on Facebook. Hit the QR code, takes you right to the landing page to buy Coconut Joe's hot sauces. They are absolutely fantastic. Put Pound Team Tommy Mac in that discount code bar and get a BOGO free and do it all day long. Newmark Phoenix Realty Group. I was with John Richardson, JR, my man, he heads up, he's one of the partners, he heads up the industrial part of Newmark Phoenix Realty Group. They are the best in the land, #1 commercial real estate firm in the land. Check them out, 904-399-5222. They've been doing it for 30 years. They do it with integrity. They get the job done is what they do at the highest level with great integrity. I've been talking about Code Ninjas all summer long with their summer camp. 5 great locations. Hey man, it's such a cool program for kids. Get them in early and get them out of your hair and get them into summer camp. CodeNinjas.com. Salt Air Inn and Suites. Just hooked up a friend at the boutique hotel. They're absolutely in love with it. They live out in California. They're here for the weekend or for the week. They love it. Boutique hotel, very close to the ocean and very close to all the action. And you can catch them right there on 4th and Atlantic Boulevard. Go to Salt Air. Visit saltair.com. And Freedom Finance, my man Courtney Myers. This guy's absolutely incredible. Fractional CFO for all you business owners out there. Small, medium, whatever. Trying to take the next step. Growing. You need money. He's a fundraiser. He'll look at your books. He'll make sure everything's copacetic with all your financials. Go to freedomfinance.LLC. Thanks to 1010XL. See you in a little bit. And check out TommyMac.net. Tristan Wirfs, badass left tackle, will be out for his 4 weeks, it looks like, miss a month. He had an old knee injury, didn't get it fixed. Now he's getting it fixed. And Najee Harris, man, be careful with those fireworks, man. Got an eye injury, should be okay. 1-year deal, of course, out in San Diego, or LA, whatever you want to call him. One of his buddies in the mishap lost some fingers, lost some digits, man. That's fireworks. You got to throw them before they go off, and get out of the way. That's what you do. All right, let's take a look at the bubble players. So, listen, you all remember, if you don't, I was a bubble player. I was a bubble player the first year for sure. 96, I was pretty close. 97, I got hurt in camp, which sucked because I had a great year in 96. So I missed all that year. 98, I had to come back and prove it, and I wasn't playing well. I wasn't feeling good. My knee wasn't good. I just didn't feel good. And then, midway through camp, I started turning it on. But there was a time where maybe, and then 99, I won the starting job and was ready to rock and roll, and then got hurt. So I know what it's like to be a bubble player. Let me tell you something. It's very pressure packed. I mean, it's like you had anxiety. I don't think what we called it back then, but you're like, where am I at? How am I doing? I know I'm 5th on the depth chart. Am I moving up? Am I getting past anybody? I'm looking at the other guys. Are they doing it right? Are they making the tackles and the plays and all that kind of stuff? And look, you got to run, special teams. You got to do all this stuff. I found a niche with short yardage and goal line because I was good at stopping the run. So there was a niche. So that first year after I made the team, I was a starter on those teams. 31, 32, 4th down, whatever. Thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. But you just the whole time, and you don't know what's going on. And I had a chance to prove myself, and I did have a couple guys get injured. I don't know if it was didn't like how hard Coffin's camp was injury or a real injury, but nonetheless it gave me an opportunity. And I listen, that camp was ridiculously tough, but he was wicked tough at BC, so I'm like, whatever. And it was my final chance. Everyone's bitching and moaning about the heat, and it was hot. It was hot. It was wicked. It was awful. A heat wave up in Wisconsin. We thought we were getting away from the heat. No, we didn't. And then Coffin finally was like, hey, we're practicing in the heat. You got to get prepared in the heat. He was absolutely right. But I got a lot of respect. And, I'm not a lot of media players, media, a lot of fans. Oh, these guys are no good. Bullshit. They're all good. They're all good. Guess what? Every one of them, they go home to their hometown, and anybody wants to play pickup basketball or pickup football or whatever, they dominate you. They're the most athletic. They're the studs of the area. So don't, just because they don't make it in the NFL, that doesn't mean I can't stand that. Or he's just a guy here. Like, what are you talking about? It's just to get invited is an elite status. making us elite, and then playing at a high level Pro Bowl. It keeps going up and up in the status department. But these guys that are trying out, these rookie free agents, street free agents, guys hanging on, guys fighting for their football lives. I mean, they're not just guys. They're not. They're special individuals, and they're lucky to be there. And it sucks when you get cut. I've been cut. I had to go to Jim Mora's office. I thought I had made it with the Saints. Some of the players thought I made it. Joe Schmingy was the Saint at the time. When he dropped me off after we went out that night, after Monday Night Football against the Bears, I played pretty good. Thought I would made the team. He was like, man, you made the team. Congratulations. And it was great. And I walked into the hotel at like 2 in the morning. And, I'm a Saint. I couldn't wait to wake up in the morning and tell my dad and my mom. Next morning, phone call. Ring, ring, ring. Bring your playbook. You're like, oh my gosh. Kidding me. My linebacker coach, Steve Sidwell, he was emotional. He's like, look, we're keeping 4. You're number 5. And I don't know if he just said that. I don't know. Mora was a total prick. Sorry, Jim, you had no sympathy at all. Yeah, you're just not going to make him out. Maybe you should think of something else. I'm like, I'd like to beat your ass right now. That's what I'd like to do. Of course, I did not. And I would have, no problem. But he didn't have any sympathy. I would. I mean, that's got to be tough as a coach. These guys, these are their dreams, man. These are their livelihoods. And look, they're not all going to make it. You know it. That's part of the deal. But it sucks when you got to let them go. It sucks when you say, hey, man, it's not going to happen. So let's go look at these bubble players, at least how I see them. I look at guys like Branson Combs. I can't wait to see him play, number 50. I think he's very athletic. He's big enough, and he can really move. I'm not talking starter. Look. If you're a backup, you should be able to start. And if you can't start, then you shouldn't be on the team, right? You're not just a backup to be looking good in practice. No. You're a backup. That's part of it. But you're a backup when they call your name, and you got to be ready to take that starting job. A play, a series, a game, a season. It doesn't matter. So if you can't start, then get them out of here because you're not good enough to play that at all, in my opinion. Okay? So I know some people are like, well, special teams are important. But let me tell you something. Special teams are all attitude. They're athleticism and attitude. How far are you going to go in that regard? It's not easy whatsoever. But I look at Branson Combs. I look at Jalen McCloyd. He's what's up, Lamont? Good morning to you, my man. I'll see you in the gym. Jalen McCloyd, what's he gonna do? Right? Good thing today, the practice squad is 16 deep. You know what I mean? So it's 16 deep. You can't go to Charles Lamont and go choking his ass. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. After they cut you, you can, Lamont. You can go after him all you want. No question about that. But where's McCloyd going to be? Is he good enough to rush? Is he fast enough to play special teams? And can he play Sam if he's not playing edge? He's not big enough to play edge. Now, can he come off the bench and give you something? We're going to find out. But he's going to have a tough road. Miles Cole. Miles, this is your year to do something, man. You got ability. There's no doubt. A little disappointing last year, in my opinion. I know you're out there. You got to make more plays. You got to do more. You got to work on your game, without question. Yasir Abdullah. This guy, is he a Sam? Is he an edge? I don't know, man. Every time I watched him rush last year, all he did was dance with the guy. Run up to him, hit him. Do this stuff. That doesn't do anything. It does nothing, especially when you're not tall, because you're not batting down any kind of passes. He's got to show something. James Carpenter, the rookie, they got him listed in the third team. He's a defensive tackle, undersized guy, but let's see what kind of motor he gets. It's a copycat league. The kid out in L.A. from FSU, Braden Fisk, right? What if he's similar, a little bit less, but similar? Can he make it? We'll see. Let's see. Eli Panko, wide receiver, number 10. Dorian Singer, number 11. Josh Cephas, what number is he, 13? No, he's not 13. I'll have to look that up. Austin Trammell, again. Listen, this guy catches everything in practice. He does. He gets open, he catches, and then they put him on the practice squad. I know he goofed up last year. Got to catch the punt or don't be out there. No doubt about that. But that whole wide receiver group, you've got the 3, and then you got Parker. Can anybody unseat Parker? He's not locked in. Don't think he's locked in. I don't think he's locked in. Now, all throughout season, he was number 4. Brian Thomas got hurt in that one practice. Parker jumped in and nobody else did. So he's number 4 right now. But can any of these younger guys make a push? Make a push for that slot receiver. Guy I'm looking forward to watching is Sal Wormley. He's out of Penn State. He's 6'3", 330. I saw him put Kaiser on his ass, and the Kaiser tried to blitz, and he just went bang! And the Kaiser went ding! Like feet out from underneath and slammed me. I was like, whoa, that was pretty good. Nice shot by the guard. Big, powerful guy. Does he have the feet? We're going to find out. And can he crack that at least 10 O-linemen or on the practice squad? Again, practice. Back when did they have practice? They didn't have practice squad in 93. They didn't. Now, in 95, they did. But only like 5 or 6. So wasn't a ton of guys on the thing. The safety position. Cornerback. DeAndre Prince, I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Number 24. I like the way he runs and covers. He looks like he's very athletic. He's got to show up. Antonio Johnson. Antonio, man, where are you, brother? You have so much ability. So much. I mean, when they drafted him, I was like, I know that kid. I don't watch a lot of Texas A&M football, but I remember him, number 27. He was an absolute beast. He comes over here, and you're just like, okay, he makes some things happen, but not enough, and not consistently enough. Look, it might have been the culture, guy. It might have been the culture. It just might have been that culture where they just didn't give a shit enough. They didn't. I went across the board. That's why you're 4-13. That's why you lost the way you lost. You didn't care enough. So this is the year, Antonio, man. Come on. You're big, fast, strong. I love when they blitzed you a couple times. You got to, Winger's chomping at your heels, right? Andrews, he's going to give it all he's got. Will he make it? That'll be interesting. I think he might start, but he also could be one of those bubble guys. Look, he's good on special teams, but can you find someone faster who's got the same attitude? It's not. I don't know. Is it ability? I mean, it's athletic ability. Running down on punt. I was that. I ran down on kickoff. I ran down on punt. I was on punt block. It's mostly attitude. I wasn't the fastest guy, but I'd run my ass off down there and break that wedge. When there was a wedge, it was all attitude. It was like, I'm just going to go as fast as I can, as hard as I can, and run into the wedge as hard as I can, or split them and try to make a play. But that's special teams is all attitude. It's not like, wow, why are you a great special teams player? Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Hope all is good down there at PV. You just got to have the right attitude when you're a special team. Now there is a little technique, and I had to learn it. Brant Boyer helped me learn it a ton, because when you're not used to playing special teams, I didn't play it at BC my last 2 years, even last 3 years. I wasn't a good special teamer, and it wasn't attitude or speed; it was technique, and it was getting that guy's hands off you. So punt, right? Let's take kickoff first, and I got to go because I got to haul ass to 10-10XL. Kickoff. You don't want to touch the first line. You're thinking, I'm going to hit that guy and get rid of him. No, he just holds on. You just want to avoid him. You want to set that up and go around him, and then you take on the next wall. I didn't know that. So I would go after the guy trying to block me. I wouldn't get anywhere. I'm like, what the heck's going on? This guy, how do I, And then Boyer's like, look, man, you got to avoid the first line. I was like, shit, all right, I'm going to avoid them. And then it all worked out. Punt, same thing. Guy grabs you. How do you get those hands off, right? He's like an offensive line. He's going to grab you. He's going to hold you. He's got his hands inside. He's very athletic, so how are you going to do it? Well, you got to use some movement. You got to use some martial arts, get those hands off, and get up the field. And then once you get up the field, you got to get in front of that guy so he can't wall you off. And you got to feel it. Make sense? Anyway, it's all attitude. That's what I'm saying. It's all attitude. And I'm telling you right now, if the attitude changes in Duval, if the attitude changes with this organization, with this new staff, with everybody, they're going to win some games. I don't know how many. I had them at 10. I think I'm high on. I'm not high. I'm high. No, but I think it's more closer to 8. Double the wins, and I'm happy. How you finish. Look, I want playoffs. I want all that shit, because anything could happen in the playoffs. But realistically, went 4-8 in the first year. Okay, how they end is really key, though, in that scenario, in any scenario. How do you finish? Strong or weak? Do you come together or do you fall apart? And that'll tell us a lot about 2025. All right, I got to go. I'm jumping on Jaguars today, and at 12 noon, we'll make the announcement that I am joining Helmets and Heels Monday through Friday at a new time slot, 2 to 4 p.m. on 1010XL. So that's the big news, and it's going to be fun. I got some more big news I'm working on. I can't divulge anything. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but it's really fun. It has to do with my song and my dad's story and all. Just could be good timing of everything. I wish you nothing but a great day out there, a great weekend, and I'll catch you on the radio, man. Hey, Tom McManus here with the Catching Up with Tommy Mac podcast on the 1010XL podcast platform. Catch it on the 1010XL app. Catch it on 1010XL.com. You can also catch it on the 1010XL Jaguars channel on YouTube. Hey, man, it's always straight from the heart, straight from the gut, all ball, all Jags, all NFL coming your way each and every week, twice a week on Catching Up with Tommy Mac. We'll see you there.